got sucked into somebody else's dream.
That's the truth.
Ken Coleman, good hour. Good job, James Childs and Kelly in the booth. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.
Ramsey show over.
Dave here. We just launched a brand new listener survey. We want to know what you think about the show. You'll be entered to win a $100 Amazon gift card. No purchase necessary. Take the survey at RamseySolutions.com/survey or text survey to 33789.
That survey, what up, Bobs? That survey is still up. I don't know if they're still giving away the thingy, the gift card for it. And as per usual, we are just waiting a few minutes for people to get over here from the Ramsey show or from their life. And I've successfully copied and pasted the links today. Didn't have to type a single one of them. So doing well. Good time management. Judy Pine is here. In case anybody was wondering, she has made it. Let's check the test. Well, let's go a little bit more gain. For some reason, with the same brand of mics between here, I get it's different computers. Test. Have to set the gain differently. But now that I know about the gain and stuff, I knew about it before, but I just never bothered doing it. Testing's great, absolutely. Robert Perry, what up? Thank you for coming to hang out with us today for a little while. Sound fine? Great. Thanks. But yeah, when I go home, I always have to reset the gain to up a way lot higher, and it might be because of the. I mean, it's the same exact model of mic and stuff, but it is different computers. So, all right, let's get started. Robert Perry, you may have not heard this song before, and I keep begging for people to some other people to sing it so that I don't have to sing it every day, but I will if I gotta. But if you want to submit, either sing it live or submit a recording of you singing it, I would be honored to play it and risk the copyright claims. All right, let's listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step two, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, You should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large. Now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by Tina Scher, the Queen of Sheba. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I am your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you also Ramsey Preferred Financial Coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money, and that link is up at the top of the chat. Also right here on my YouTube front page banner here. And you can also reach me on Instagram, add me on the gram, and Twitter at Coach Steve Money, no spaces on both of those, just Coach Steve Money. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that would be paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, and that's also at the top of the chat. And also it's this P right here. It's hard to tell, but that is a letter P right there. And that will take you to the PayPal page. And I don't know what that is, a globe? Yeah, it looks like a globe. I guess then that's Instagram. It automatically filled that in when I put that in there, so that must be their thing. Thanks for the IOs. Appreciate it. And yeah, that's the whole thing. So it's like O, then H, then I, and then O again. That's how you do that. Let's see, did I finish that? Did I finish that? Yes, I did. All right, Robert Perry would not do that to the innocent public. I assume hearing him sing. All right, but still, I would love for somebody to do that. I understand maybe not wanting to do it live, but like, you know, certainly, some of my fine listeners have a better singing voice than I do, or at least could compete. So, and trying to get my pal AJ from the chat to be able to play that on guitar or something close enough to it, so that we can do it live one day. So that would be fun. And let's see, 2 days. Ramsey Show host on a replay while the hosts are in Florida for Entree Leadership. We're Dave Ramsey, host of the Total Money Makeover, and as you can see, it's $10. Their $10 book sale is on, and I believe that's going to be just about every book. except for Ken's new one, and Ken Coleman was the co-host. And his new book is From Paycheck to Purpose, and I think it comes out mid-month, I think. But you can still pre-order it for $20 and still get $100 in bonus items that will help you take your career to the next level. Let's see. The $10 book sale is back, and that, of course, still includes Debt-Free Degree by Anthony O'Neill. Almost call him Alexander. His name is Anthony O'Neill. These two are the only ones that I have read, but also Redefining Anxiety is probably pretty good, and I probably should read that. And that's by a friend of the show, Dr. John Deloney. And I also wrote a song about him, and that's also both of these songs, Baby Step Song and the John Deloney song, are in my music playlist on my channel, which is right down at the bottom, I think. Yeah, or near the bottom. There we go. We got Dave Ramsey Baby Stick songs, temporary lyric video, and the temporary lyric video for John Deloney song. And then me reacting to John Deloney's reaction to the John Deloney song. And so that is fun. But like I said, the whoops. There we go. This and the $10 sale normally lasts, I think, right up until Christmas time. So, but of course, like, you want to do it a little bit, or you don't want to wait till the last second and expect to ship it if it's a Christmas gift. But normally that does go right up until Christmas. Orders $40 up, get free shipping. Alrighty. Judy messed up. No problem. Locked myself out of the house, and also I left car keys in the house. Yikes, Judy. Got a locksmith to come and open up the door. Haven't thought about hiding a key somewhere. I guess that's not extremely safe to do that. And I guess a locksmith would be better than breaking a window down, right? Market report, and we have everything up today, and not only everything up today, we have everything at new highs today. What up? Well, let me try it. Hold on. Let's see. It is honey, I think. Honey. You're gonna have to call me one day and say it, and then everybody will know. So, and of course, led today by the Dow Jones Industrial Average. But as I said, it's all at a new high today. So, and nothing wrong with that. That's really good news. We got earnings calendar. We got PayPal on the 8th. That is Monday, and that is probably the first possible day that Dave Ramsey will be back on a new Ramsey show. Probably gonna be replays all the rest of this week, as it seems like everybody except maybe Rachel is in Florida for that Entree Leadership conference. A rare down day for Tesla, down 3% today, except they've been setting highs for the past 3 days, I think, have been new highs for them, and up big. I think yesterday was up 8% or something like that. Facebook doing the name change to Meta platform as they expand what they're doing. And also maybe to get some focus away from their bad press lately over their algorithms and such, where they did studies and they know that Instagram is bad for teenage girls and such like that, where they have that research, but they didn't do anything about it. Google owner Alphabet up 1.35%. These are just the most followed single stocks on Google, and we don't recommend single stocks, but it's definitely good to have these in a mutual fund that you would have. All right, let's see. Let's check out our friends on the rest of the planet. Got Europe is mixed. Asia is all down. For currencies, we have the dollar up against the euro. We have the dollar down against the Japanese yen. We have the dollar up against the British pound. We have the dollar up on the Canadian dollar, and we have the US dollar up on the Australian dollar, mate. All right. Something like that. Robert Perry's 401k jumped about 10K overnight. Excellent. Excellent. GD Pine's mutual funds are up and not down. That is excellent as well, always. Our pals in crypto are up. That doesn't end at 4 o'clock like all the stock market does. In this country, crypto goes 24/7. All right, let's talk about some stories. This from Yahoo Finance. Hedge fund gains more than $5 billion in a day as Avis soars. And I saw this and I immediately thought Reddit has got to be involved in this. It's got to be a meme stock. And of course, yes. Yep, hedge fund SRS Investment Management racked up a $5.35 billion gain in just a few hours Tuesday as shares of Avis Budget Group Incorporated soared in the latest meme stock frenzy. They are, of course, a car rental company, and as we look at that stock, we see, and this is normally what happens with your meme or Reddit stock tips. There they go way up, like it was here yesterday, and so people buy and buy and buy. And when you see it go down, that means some people are selling. Because they say, oh, it's gone up twice as much. I'm getting out. I'm getting my money back. And so it got all the way up here. And that was by 11 a.m. this morning. And then people were like, whoa, that's crazy money for, for me. So I'm going to sell. And then so all the people sold. And then it leveled out, which is still halfway up between the high and what it started at this morning. And so, but that's normally what it does. And so it'll take little ticks up and stuff like that. And so if the meme like gets circulated more and such, then it could go back up a little bit, but normally it wouldn't hit that anywhere near that high peak again. So, all right, Robert, I appreciate you dropping by. Thank you very much. Oh, let's see. So they're back at work again. Did not hear anything in advance about that one. Like I did the other ones. What was the AMC and the GameStop? Heard about that in advance before this happened. Let's see. This from lifehacker.com. Is the smartest credit card ever made actually that smart? I don't know anything about this. I didn't read it, so let's see what's going on with it. Silicon Valley's X1 credit card does have some smart offerings you don't see with traditional lenders. The much typed X1 credit card, not that much type. I haven't heard of it. Although generally I'm not their target audience, obviously. Built as the smartest credit card ever made, is now finally available to the general public, but is it as innovative as its marketing suggests? Indeed, there are some unique perks along with a good rewards rate, especially for a no-fee card, although the reward redemption options are more limited than what you see with other more traditional cards. Okay, how's it work? It's backed by PayPal co-founder Max Levchin. The X1 has smart offerings you don't see with traditional lenders. It includes the ability to automatically end free trials. Interesting. Cancel subscription payments in one click, and create one-time use virtual cards that offer enhanced privacy. Okay, so basically what that would do would be, if you're going to pay for something online, you can have it create a one-time use virtual card, meaning it would have like a totally separate number, and you give that number to the vendor of the thing or subscription that you're going to buy. And then it works that one time, and then if somebody gets that number and tries to use it, it would not work again. Oh, Matty Bags is a Pepsi guy. Oh my goodness, Matty Bags, I thought you gave up the pop, son. Calling him son. Yeah, I need to drink more water. Definitely. But most notably, the card's credit limit and interest rates are based on current and future income instead of your credit score. That is interesting. As a result, the company says that credit limits are up to 5 times higher when compared to traditional cards. That's probably not a good idea. That's probably, I would imagine that would lose them money. For this reason, the card is well suited for borrowers who either have a bad credit score or limited credit history. People are going to get in trouble with that. Okay, so other features include no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees. So that way I could send money to Honey if I wanted to. 2 points per dollar on every purchase, 3 points per dollar for the year if you spend $15,000 or more that year. So see, they're getting you to try to chase points by spending more money. 4 points per dollar for a month for every referral who signs up for the card. So now you're working for them. Variable interest rates that are relatively low, ranging from 12.75% to 19.75%. Gosh. And Visa signature perks and benefits. So there's no welcome bonus or introductory APR, often a $1,200 value if you achieve certain spending. And like they give you like 0 APR for X number of months, and then you don't, if you pay it off, you won't be charged any interest, that kind of thing. No discounted introductory APR offers either. 0 for 12 to 18 months. Some of them do. And the points are only redeemable only with 45 listed brands, which include some decent people, decent companies, but it's not whatever you might want to use it on. So, yep. Just another thing. The credit limit being subject to the current income and future income guess, that I don't think that's gonna. I think that's gonna end up putting people in a lot of trouble. Alrighty. And this one also from Yahoo. Oh, 3 pops as we stay in the Midwest here over 5 weeks. He's trying, so 3 pops isn't bad. I've had probably 3 pops today, Matty Bags. So again from Yahoo, how car shortages are putting the world's economy at risk. And again, didn't read, so I'm gonna scan it then. For every car or truck that does not roll off an assembly line in a city in the state up north, Stuttgart, where I was born, that's in Germany, or Shanghai, jobs are in jeopardy. They may be miners digging ore for steel in Finland, workers molding tires in Thailand, Tireland, get it? Or Volkswagen employees in Slovakia installing instrument panels in SUVs. Their livelihoods are at the mercy of supply shortages and shipping chokeholds that are forcing factories to curtail production. So how does the, what was that? It's the car shortages. Oh, okay, not used car. I thought it was the used car market. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah. So that basically it affects a lot of different places along the supply line, which is gonna happen, and not just for the automotive industry, but for everywhere. So then the pain is falling hardest on workers and anyone in need of an affordable car. Auto companies have been allocating scarce chips to high-end and other vehicles that generate the most profit. Of course they are, leading to long waits for less expensive vehicles. Used cars prices are skyrocketing because of lack of new cars. Yeah. Oh, Judy Pine's a Pepsi person too. How dare you people? Alrighty, this one from themarketwatch.com. I feel I'm approaching my article limit, but I can still read this one, so we're lucky. And it's only the second day of the month. I don't know, they give you 5 or something like that. I don't know. A month, I think. I just feel like I'm behind. I'm 29 years old. I wish. I have $4,000 in the bank and a $20,000 emergency fund. Am I doing okay financially? And then it's, should I just move my $20,000 emergency fund to a high yield savings account? And let's see, before I read what it says, you're better than I am. You're better than I'm doing because you have many years to catch up with me. So at 29, if you have a $20,000 emergency fund and $4,000 on top of that, yeah, you're doing better than I am. I guess it depends on what your definition of your definition of it is, and what goals you have. You can have the emergency fund in a high yield savings account. You just have to be able to have immediate draw access on it, either check writing privileges or immediate card access to that, so you can get it immediately. But you can have it in a high yield savings account, so you can get that 0.5% of interest, which is better than 0 interest. I've yet to add any more money in my emergency fund, let alone my savings accounts. I have $100 left after paying bills and utilities, given that I forced myself to live paycheck to paycheck. All right. So living paycheck to paycheck, but it only sounds like there's $100 difference in between the outgo and the income. Interesting. So maybe a job change, because that 24,000 got there somehow, and I don't think it was all on $100 a month. So 29 years old, $1,000 in my checking account. Oh, $3,000 in savings, 25,000 in Roth IRA. My employer doesn't offer retirement benefits. 20,000 in emergency funds and no debt. Just started investing. Okay, I didn't even know about the 25,000. I thought it just you hadn't even started that yet. So just started investing. Still don't fully understand how it works. So I decided to pick a robo-advisor instead of delaying my efforts. All right, which that's fine. So I would imagine robo-advisor would have you in index funds. I don't know exactly what they do though. At the moment, I've invested $500. My biggest concern is that I'm super behind in retirement. If he's made he invested $500 and has $25,000 in it, he must have put that in a long time ago. All right, biggest concern is super behind in retirement. And again, you're 29. You have plenty of time. But of course, everybody wants to have found Dave before, no matter how old they are when they do that. So let's see. I've yet to add any more money in my emergency fund, let alone savings accounts, because you can't, because of $100 a month. I mean, I just feel like I'm always not saving enough, and now the holidays are approaching. I'm going to attempt to pinch some cash for gifts. You need to budget Christmas. That's what you have that budgeted, is how you work on that. Mom just asked for financial assistance regarding dental work, and honestly, I feel like the $3,000 I have in my savings is all I can offer. You can, but you're not under any, liability to do that. And whatever you do want to offer, that's Christmas for her then. I don't think I've ever set money aside for small goals, so I just focus on retirement and do my best to catch up. Savings and emergency funds haven't been funded lately as I focus on retirement. Is this normal, or should I move my $20,000 to high yield savings account and just let it be? As I said, you can certainly do that. You just have to have immediate access to it if you should have an emergency. What would you recommend I do? Do I really need to speak with a financial planner like everyone else does, even though I don't think I can afford one? I just feel like I'm behind or missing. All right, what I would definitely ask is how that $24,000 happened, or if the I guess 3,000 in savings and 1,000. And then the 1,000 would be gone after paying some bills, that kind of thing. But at any rate, 20,000 emergency fund, that happened somehow. So let's see. Dear Saver, retirement experts have a whole laundry list of goals for people as they reach age milestones in life. That can prove too much for many. In fact, a lot of people, right? It really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is your situation and what you're doing, and you unfortunately cannot go back in time. So there you go. Joseph doesn't have 24K liquid, neither do I. I don't have an emergency fund that much, and that probably is too much. He didn't say like about how much is whether he's living alone, whether he's living with his mom still, or anything like that. We have so little to go on, but 20,000 is probably too much at 29, and doesn't mention a spouse either. So then maybe no kids as well. So if you're single, you probably don't need unless you have job trouble, any trauma in your life or job, you don't need 20,000. So I have 7,000. That's 3 months of expenses for me, and so 7,000 is my emergency fund. So yeah. So I mean, you could put that in retirement, but you could also just put it in checking and use it as budget and such. And definitely don't try to spend the extra. But if you need it, it's there. If you feel drawn to help your mom more with the dental stuff, that would be fine as well. But keeping that just cash in there and not progressing on the baby steps, probably not good. But I mean, if he's doing 15% in the Roth IRA, then he's probably doing all right. But let's see what the expert here that writes this article says. You come a long way and done it single-handedly. What's more, most people have not come anywhere close to reaching their peak earning potential at 29. Although it's hard to put what we have at 29, 39, 49 into perspective when one is living it day after day. In your 20s, contribute to a retirement account, pay down student debt. He has none, he said. Make sure you have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. How about that? How about that? Who wrote this? Boom, 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 boom. Quentin Fotrell. All right. 3 to 6 months of expenses. That sounds really, really similar. Boom, 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 boom. 3 to 6 months of expenses, and track your monthly expenditures and get used to seeing where your money is going so you can plug any holes in your budget, right? Right? I was gonna say, you don't just track it, you tell your money where to go first, and then if there's a problem, then you can figure out what the problem is in the budget. So, he's doing that because there's only $100, but there could be some stuff. Maybe he can cut some more expenses to do that, or he can work more, perhaps. But that is a great start. Like I said, better off than a lot of us were at 29. The nation, it doesn't matter about the nation. And I hope not planning to put all their hard-earned money towards a $20,000 wedding. Yep. As we hit 30s and 40s, it can create paralysis for many people who feel like they're falling behind and it's hopeless. No, don't feel like that. If you're breathing, if you can fog a mirror, you can still make your life better financially and in other ways as well. Trick is to maintain a balancing act between living in the moment and knowing there will come a time when you want to retire and have enough money to live on. To answer your question, yes, you're okay. Yes, you got the right idea by saving and living below your means. Remember, more than half of Americans don't even have 3 months worth of expenses in a fund. I'd say it's more than that. I think it's more than that. Because 78% are living paycheck to paycheck. And yes, it's a good idea to put some of your emergency funds in the high yield savings account, where there's no penalty if you choose to withdraw it, or a CD or money market account. And like I said, if you have immediate access to it, you can put it all there. Think about investing some of your savings in the stock market. We just had a turbulent time during the pandemic. The rate of return will be better than putting it in the bank. True. But for emergency fund, no. But you can decide, as I suggested, to lower that emergency fund amount. And then you have it available to do other things with. Let's see. Retail investors have turned to the stock market during pandemic, contributing about $1 billion of inflows a day in October. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. 401k with an employer match would be ideal, but he doesn't have it. Definitely, if you move jobs, ask. So, but doing well with the Roth right now. One final thought. You say you have enough to help your mother. I understand why you felt compelled to help in this case. Do be mindful about taking money out of your savings to help family members and telling people how much money you have. There are many options to pay for dental care, and your savings could become, and your, put a you there. I'm available for proofreading, and your savings could become depleted fast if you set a pattern of doing that. All right, so they didn't go into too much about what the person could do different. So it just depends on what your goals are. As far as if you continue to do that, especially if you grew that from just $500, and you have $25,000 in it already, then, like I said, it's been in there a long time, and so you're adding to it. If you're adding 15%, just keep doing that and keep on going. If that $100 difference between expenses and savings per month, where it's just $100 difference, then maybe get another job, maybe work more if you can at your primary job, and maybe look at your budget again and see if there's places you could cut to make that 100 a little bit more. And so with those expenses, I'm assuming he's including what he's putting in the Roth every month. All right, so Yeah, so that basically explains that. But there's some questions there that he didn't provide, things that I would want to know, and I would ask him about if I were doing a thing. Joseph is 12.5K for emergency fund. Is that 6 months, Joe? Or is that more than? Yeah, that's probably 6 months, right? This also from Yahoo Finance. 2 things: the Russell 2000 needs to beat the S&P 500, and of course, if we go back, we see that the Russell. Actually, this is the Russell 2000. Is that what I said there? Yes. The Russell 1000 is, I think, mid cap. The Russell 2000, which this is small cap. So in order to beat the S&P, let's go with a 1 year. 46 for Russell. As you can see, the small cap, it from about November 3rd, right in there, October, November, it just like went up crazily and lost a little bit there, and then came back up, and then went down again, and then came back up to here for the previous high, and then it went down, and then it's like been staying down since then, and then finally came back up to yesterday, and got to be at a new high. So where were we? There we go. And so how that can beat the S&P 500. Oh, and I see what I wanted to look at. Where is it? Come on. The 1 year on the S&P. So that was 46. So the 1 year on the S&P is 37.45%. So it already has beaten it in the past year. Let's look at 5 year. That's 122.07. 103.01. So it doesn't beat it in the 5 year, but it has beaten it in the 1 year. Probably not in the year to date either. Let's see, that's 21.38% for the Russell Small Cap Index, and the S&P 500 year to date is 25.13. So how much was that? That was more, right? No, 21.38. Okay, so the S&P still wins for year to date and the 1 year, which is, it's November 1st, so it's about, those are going to be about the same anyway. So all that being said, what are the 2 things the Russell 2000 needs to beat the S&P? Which you don't necessarily need it to, because you are going to be invested in the different types of mutual funds that Dave, they get different categories, small, mid, and large cap and international. And so they don't really have to outperform each other, but the combination of them gives you the good mix. Let's see. Almost all times when the Russell 2000 outperformed the S&P 500 came when high yield spreads were tightening noticeably. All right. Exception 2008, Russell outperformed by only dropping 34% to the S&P's 37% decline. All right. Okay, and difficult at the moment to be enthusiastic about the Russell 2000, given lackluster small cap healthcare. All right. Well, I don't see in there specifically what he's saying it needs to do. All right, sorry about that. A lot of times I don't read these ahead, so, and sometimes that does happen where it's like they write it and then it doesn't really say. Alrighty, this from Reuters. Wall Street rises to records underpinned by strong earnings reports, and that should have been after the initial market report. Sorry about that. I forgot to move that over in tab order. But basically, that's just the record. The whole everything's a record, as I said. And the earnings today, the third quarter earnings coming better than expected for U.S. companies as we continue to bounce back from the pandy. And that's probably all we need from there. And from AP News, speaking of Yahoo, they pull out of China, citing challenging environment. Challenging. And let's see what those challenges are. The withdrawal was largely symbolic, as many of the company's services were already blocked by China's digital censorship. But recent government moves to expand its control over tech companies generally, including its domestic giants, may have tipped the scales for Yahoo. In recognition of the increasingly challenging business and legal environment in China, Yahoo's suite of services will no longer be accessible from mainland China as of November 1st, the company said in a statement. It said it remains committed to the rights of our users and a free and open internet. Alrighty. That's 6 months for Joe. That is, Joe confirmed. 6 months. Alrighty. So that's all the news stories. I do want to talk about this a little bit. I cannot wait for tonight. Tonight's the season premiere of The Curse of Oak Island, and they're basically looking for treasure, sure, but they also want to know what happened on the island. They have found artifacts dating back to 790 AD, like Templar connections, of course. Always got to have a good Templar connection in something like this. But I don't want to give it too much any specifics away in case anybody wants to watch it. But if you don't know anything about it, Oak Island is right there. It looks like an elephant, pretty much. And I did notice this part right here is different than the rest of the entire map here on Google Maps. And I don't know if that's because, maybe that's because this is a newer picture over here. That's a newer satellite image. And they had something on here that was like up to date, and that could have been like a spoiler or something, giving something away for the stuff they're doing on the show this past summer. And the show debuts every November, and they do the stuff on it starting as soon as they can get there in the spring, because the winters are harsh there, so they basically shut down operations there. And yeah, but basically there's been just so much stuff, and not just in one area. The Money Pit is famous, but there's just not stuff all over. There's stuff all over the place in this cove right here. There's a stone triangle right there that is like pointing up towards where the Money Pit area is. There's Nolan's Cross. It's boulders like that one. And it is, if you connect all the boulders that are that size, it forms a cross. Fred Nolan is the one that discovered that. And so that's why it's called that. But anyway, I'm into history stuff, and I love stuff like this. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm very excited about it. 3 hours. There's a 1 hour, like a pre-season pre-premiere type of thing, and then it's 2 hours of the season premiere of that. And so if you're interested in it, it's on the History Channel, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And in that first segment at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, they will probably give some kind of like a recap as far as the biggest things that they've done. And this is season 9, so they've been at it a while. They found thousands and thousands of artifacts. I think they found 2,000 artifacts just last year, I believe. And as I said, some of them date back to 790 AD. And there's been tons and tons of earthworks there, meaning you can. It required like many people to do the amount of work moving earth and stuff from place to place on the island. Alrighty, and as you can see, that's in Nova Scotia, Canada, and it is right there. As you can, let's see if there's something I can recognize here. It's right there where the red part is, and yeah, it's in Mahone Bay. And it is, there we go, there's Nova Scotia, so you can see where it is in relation to that. And the United States, you see it's right like across from Maine even, but it is part of Canada. And to zoom back in, you can see they built a oh, I forgot what that's called. They built a road across the water to it from oh gosh, I can't remember what this is called. The oh, what's the name of that? It's like the town that's right there. Causeway, yeah. They put a causeway right there. They built that. I don't know when. Long time ago. Alrighty, so that's it for me for tonight, and that's what I'll be doing tonight. Tomorrow night is Wednesday, and Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I do Old Man Gaming, where I play a single-player game, and I'm playing Lost in Random, PC Building Simulator, and I finished Among the Sleep, and Dark. So I'm playing those 3 games right now. The Among the Sleep is complete, so and that's in the video gaming channel. And this show, of course, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, is every weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right after the Ramsey Show on YouTube ends. And even if the show is a replay, I do a live, and it's probably going to be a replay the rest of the week since they're all in Florida doing the entree leadership. Let's see. And is there anything else? My daughter and I do father-daughter video gaming, and that normally happens Sunday nights at 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on whenever she is available. Do not know if that will happen, but if that doesn't happen, if she and I don't play, it's perhaps possible I'll do another Old Man Gaming and do a single player game myself. Mondays are, which I just did last night. Where is it? Ramsey Coach with Coach Steve Money. That show and tech support I do on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on both of those, I look at the tech support subreddit for the tech support one, and the Dave Ramsey subreddit for the Ramsey Coach one, and I look at what people have posted on there. A lot of times it's questions, and so I answer questions with my Ramsey Coach training, and in the tech support one, I answer it with my multiple decades of being in computer repair. All right, that's a lot of talking. So once again, schedule a free consultation. You can get the link right there on my YouTube front page, right at the banner there. Designed by Pittman is where you get that, where I got that from. And so if you need a logo, if you need shirts, hats, he does it all. But I didn't get any shirts or hats or anything, but he did design the logos for me, and that's again designed past tense by Pittman. Let me put that in the chat. Designed by Pittman at gmail.com. Hope he's doing well. I haven't spoken to him in a while because he's doing a different job, and so he's not able to be with us in the chat or check this show out as much. So hope he's all well. And so yeah, also the link for the scheduling the free financial coaching consultation is at the top of the chat of this episode and every episode that I remember to put it up there, which I think I have every time. And PayPal link right there, also right there, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. If you want to talk about anything, if you've seen like something I said that you think needs a correction, you can email me. If you want to talk about history stuff and nerd out with me on that, like Oak Island stuff, if you want to do that, you can do that. And that, of course, is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And obviously, if you want to talk about anything on my YouTube channel or anything about financial coaching or the scheduling or anything like that, I would love to hear from you. Alrighty. And I guess that's about it for today. And at the end, we say make smart financial decisions every day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Good night.